Well, hello and welcome to today's show. Now, as you saw in a previous video, we've replaced the winch on the four-wheeler, and we need a small place to at least store the hand-operated, the cabled switch. And before that, we needed some place to keep some of the other things, cell phone charger, your spare orange vacuum packed in there, spare flashlight, spare knife, that sort of thing. Fix a flat, a little bit of stuff. So there's always something you need, little something in there. Maybe your trail markers if you're out scouting, something like that. So just get you a plastic ammo box and U-bolt it to the frame. Thanks for watching. What? Look, I can be quick as a bunny, or I can Lionel Richie you, whatever you want. Okay, let the music play on, play on, play on. Well, if we're going to be all night long, let's go ahead and get a little bit of background on this. Now, you can't just get an ammo box like this and put it on there. And before you do that, I guess there's some other options. This is a 2002 model. I bought it like into 2001, right before season. I bought, and I still have one of these big black trunks. It's a nice trunk. You take off your coveralls and things like that when you come out of the woods. It's nice and roomy, does a good job, except that it blocks my headlight, and I didn't like that. It's also, being plastic like it is, you can't put a salt block up here, you can't put your chainsaw, your gas, your oil, and things like that, because you can't put anything really on top of it. So it really pretty well much ruins your front rack. It's okay as a trunk, it keeps things dry. But I don't use this thing for just deer season alone. So the next iteration was going to the back. And I got a little plastic, inexpensive little plastic toolbox, figuring, well, that would be good. I put it on the back, and that worked good, I guess, until you start killing deer, and then you realize that, well, it kind of makes hauling deer hard because you use a back rack for that. So, and on that, but a toolbox actually leaks a little bit of water when it gets rained on it, and it happens a lot. Good looking deer there, except that nasty looking wound. So, next iteration, of course, was one of these. In fact, it was this one, and I put it on the side because I am, after all, right-handed. It went on something like this. This is Flambeau, I don't know how you pronounce the name of it. I put it on this side, and you try to keep it out of the way, but it's a pretty good box. You have to keep it forward because at the height of this box, the handlebar gets in the way, and you keep it forward, but the more forward you go, the more it gets in the way of your headlight, and that's what I was trying to avoid. So it worked okay, and as you can see, occasionally in Tennessee on the side of these hills when you're coming across, these things will roll over on you. So this one had been rolled over on early on a couple times, loading, unloading, going around the hill. The hinge would begin to break. In fact, if you open it up, it'd fall off. It was needing repair. And then about cell phone era, once they started coming on, we kind of did away with the two-way radios. We discovered that cell phone batteries out there in CDMA territory started to lose charge a lot, and we needed to recharge. But here's the thing. The box had to migrate to that side of the bike because over here on this Honda is where the battery charger, or the power port is. Now, right up hidden, and this one does a good job, bore a little hole, and that way you can run your cable up under there, still keep the lid closed when you're charging. So this moved on that side. But unfortunately, the bottom of this thing, it's just multiple years old. It's time to get a new one. The hinge was rotting off, the thing wouldn't stay on, and I think, as you can see, it began to break where it had been rolled over on, and these are the pattern of U-bolts. I put some air holes in it, in case you do put a set of wet gloves or something in it, so it can dry out there and mold up on you. So that's pretty well much it. Drill a hole in this one. This one's a little bit smaller. The Plano is a little bit smaller. Mount it to the rear and to the back, and there's some little tricks that I'll go through on this that help it. Again, it's just U-bolted down, but if you look at the picture I put up here, you'll see I used an aluminum plate. Aluminum plate is used then to bolt across the bottom of the box, and you can actually set it off over the rail a little bit. I don't want it too far outside the profile of the fender, because when you go through stuff, we often rub fenders on my trails. And it also allows you to come back a little bit, because the Plano that I've got there is a little bit shorter than the previous box, and it allows my handlebar to clear. That actually allows a little bit more of the headlight to spread out forward. So that's probably more information than you ever thought you'd ever need on mounting the ammo box as a storage unit on the front of your four-wheeler. But $20 or so, about the cheapest storage you'll ever find, and they're just about the right size. They still leave plenty of room for your salt, your chainsaw, your oil, your gas, your whatever, and leave room for deer on the back or whatever you have.